sorry, we're just about to get underway here at the City Ground. It is Watford who kick us off. They're playing from right to left in those yellow shirts and black shorts. Simon Hooper from Wiltshire gets us underway with a blast in his whistle, and the ball is sent long down the right-hand side by Watford and brought down halfway inside the Forest half. But Yara gets the foot in, and then Patterson goes on a mazy run. He started on the left-hand side of Forest midfield, with Abdoun on the right-hand side. Reed here tackled quickly, and the ball runs out of play for another Forest throw, which is about halfway inside their own half of the team.
I mean, I think it'll suit Abdoun on the right-hand side with him being right-footed, Colin. There's a lot of people say, well, it's better if you've got a right footer on the left side because it can jink inside, but, you know, you gain far more an advantage if somebody going on the outside rather than the inside, and let's just hope that Patterson and Abdoun get a lot of the ball tonight, because they've got to be the creative influences on a night like this.
Ball is out of play on the far side now. That's Watford's right. They're attacking from right to left as we look at it. Sitting at the back of the main stand here at the City Ground, so they're playing towards the Trent end with about 300 or 400 or so of their own supporters at their backs. Way to our right. And Forest will be playing towards the Trent end second half the way they like to do so. Watford have it just inside their own penalty area. Alford putting Angela under a little bit of pressure, but Hornets have cleared into the middle of their own half. But Tokyo swaps some short passes, gets the ball back, sends it forward looking for Troy Deeney. Cut out though by Lascelles. Right, one defender who's been attracting rave reviews and plenty of attention from Premier League clubs as the season's worn on. Lehigh with a long ball forward down the right flank, but it just drifts out of play with Abdoun looking for it, and that'll be a throw to Watford, which Judel is going to take from the Czech Republic. Just told to go back a few yards by the shaven head figure of Simon Hooper, the referee. And in no hurry to take the throw. A couple of minutes played, 0-0 at the City Ground. Lots of rain over the last few hours, but the pitch looking in very, very good condition. And as Watford lose it, Dan Harding is going to go back to his goalkeeper, Carl Darlow, who controls it just outside his penalty area, and then plays it short to Danny Collins. Centre half, switching it out to fellow central defender, Jamal Lascelles, and he's going to give it back to Collins. Extreme from both sides in the early stages. Now it's forward towards Gonzalo Yara. Good ball from him, left-hand side. Picks out Harding on the overlapping run. Midway inside the Watford half, he stops and lays it off for Patterson, and Forrest to force back to halfway. Here's Yara now looking to spread it out towards the right-hand side. Lehigh brings it down on his chest, turns it back to Lascelles, and Lascelles now plays it into the feet of Yara once more inside the centre circle, forward to Reed. Reed helps it on towards Patterson, and he's giving it left side to Harding again. Decent football by Forrest. Harding with the cross, and volleyed away by Angela, with Almunia now screaming at him because he was just behind him, the goalkeeper, and presumably gave him a shout which Angela completely ignored, but he got away with the clearance. He volleyed it clear anyway, but Almunia was none too impressed with the centre half, who has it now and plays a good ball forward down the left-hand side. But Judel plays it into the feet of Deeney. He lays it off first time, gets it back inside the D, curls one just over the crossbar, inches over the bar, holds his head in his hands. Neat link-up play with Ikechianya after Judel was first involved down the left-hand side. Deeney in the end was not very far away, almost shaved the crossbar as it went over. It's a goal kick. It remains 0-0, 4 minutes played.
Yeah, that was a great chance, and had too much time. There was a little bit of a discussion between Yara and someone else in midfield, but obviously to let a Watford player just get that ball, control it, turn, line it up, shoot, nearly proved to be fatal for Forrest, but thankfully not, as that one was just a yard over the top. But covered by Eric Lehigh from a long ball forward. But Watford looking for Anya, running through from midfield, but Lehigh was back to cover the danger. And now Lucy lays it off to Lascelles. Edge of his own penalty area, but coming forward. The first one's into Troy Deeney. There's help from Lucy. Lucy finds Lehigh. Watford pressing Forrest. Quite deep in their own half. So Forrest having to play their way out of trouble a little bit. Here's Yara laying it off for Lucy, still inside their own half, with 5 minutes played at the City Ground and no score.
Lascelles, green boots and all, sends it forward to Yara, just inside the Watford half, keeps moving it to the left-hand side. This is Harding again, well forward from full-back. Dan Harding taking on his man, sending in a low cross, and Ekstrand is at his near post to be able to get the ball clear. And a great header, won by Gonzalo Yara. Just a Watford player on the floor. I think it's only going to be a throw rather than a free kick. On the far side, midway inside Watford's half, their right for Rowney to take.
Yeah, 5 minutes gone, but already Harding's managed to get almost clear twice on the left-hand side, the right-hand side of the Watford defence, and as an outlet, that's a really good sign for Forest if they can get him forward on as many occasions.
Angela plays one forward inside left channel for Watford, cut out by Lehigh, and he finds Jamal Abdoun, the Algerian, on halfway, throws it off to Musi, back to Lehigh, and Forest again playing it around in the middle of their own half, and this is Collins, who looks left-hand side for Dan Harding. Tucks it infield for Yara. The short on and gloves. It's a chilly night, quite as cold as I thought it was going to be. It's going to be the coldest night of the year tonight, but or of the winter. So it's still quite that cold. Here's Harding again getting well forward down Forest's left-hand side. He's held up temporarily by Ferrari. He's held on to the ball and tucked it backwards for Yara. Now Abdoun helps it on to Patterson. 25 yards out, plays it left-hand side, edge of the penalty area. Reed is challenged, and Watford able to get the ball clear. It remains 0-0. 6 minutes play. Challenge coming in from Reed on Ferrari on the far side. And the referee, I think, has given a throw. Rather than a free kick again. Watford wanted a free kick. Reed was contesting his innocence, and the referees agreed with Andy Reid, I think.
Yeah, before that, it was Forestieri that really closed Andy Reid down very, very quickly when he got the ball on the edge of the Watford penalty area. So Andy would have been in an ideal position, but real fast thinking by Forestieri there.
Here's Ekstrand for Watford, sending it into midfield and getting it back, and now sending it to this near side, Watford's left, and this is Angela. Anya can't get it under control, and Forest win it in midfield. Yara tucks it backwards for Harding once more, and Harding gives it all the way back to Carl Barlow, all in lime green.
It was Patterson that won the initial ball, Colin, and he's had a wander in from the left-hand side, but managed to win that ball, and Andy Reid's gone and taken his position in a wide spot, and Yara switches this one to Lehigh at right back.
Well forward, halfway inside the Watford half, but quickly closed down on Daniel Pudel, and that'll be a throw to Forest, which Lehigh is going to take. Throws it to the middle of the Watford half for Yara. Forest again knocking the ball around halfway. Again, the outlet is Harding down the left-hand side. This time finds Reed left wing, but back to goal. Turns it infield, 10 yards inside the Watford half for Musi. Back out wide left for Harding. Now Reed has it once more. Forest lost in possession, but it's Watford who've come closest so far. No goals. Long ball forward from Yara. Headed on by Abdoun looking for Halford, but cleared away by Angela. And then Ferrari clears, but again only as far as Harding. Gives it to Reid, bit of space to cross for Andy Reid, and Doyley gets up and just flips the header away, but it'll come out on this near side Forest right. This is Patterson giving it to Lehigh on the overlap. Lehigh crosses, throws down by Pudel, across the slot, corner, first of the match, comes to Forest 8.5, and it's in.
Yeah, the layoff by Patterson. Lehigh coming up outside him, on the right-hand side of the Watford penalty area, just a yard too short, but he still managed to win a corner. Andy Reid, as usual, will take this from the right-hand side, left-footed in swinger.
It's taking it short along the byline. This is Patterson giving it back to Reid, and then clips it in first side, but too close to goalkeeper Manuel Almunia, who was probably trying to catch the goalkeeper out, but in the end it was a picking apples kind of catch for Almunia. Long ball forward here, but a good ball forward to the feet of Anya for Watford. Midway inside the Forest half. He's holding on to it. Now he's having a run up and tries to thread one through for Forest here. He cut out by Lascelles, and Lascelles gives it to Abdoun. Left-hand side of the field at the moment, Abdoun. Forward towards Halford. 15 yards inside the Watford half, and too many yellow shirts around him. And Watford have it back again. Far side of the field, but Patterson intercepts Anya's little layoff, and Forest have it once more halfway inside their own half. 0-0, nearly 10 minutes played at the City Ground. Unusual night for football on this Thursday evening. Forest's next game has been knocked back to towards Sunday. So we're back here at the City Ground with you on Sunday afternoon from 2:30 for Forest against Yeovil Town. Forest have it on halfway. This is Patterson switching it out towards the near side to right. There is Lehigh. Lehigh forward into the feet of Halford, who's back to goal and 30 yards out and brought down by Joel Ekstrand. The Swede will plainly play the ball, which he might have done, but played the man as well.
It helped him play that well because his first touch of the ball run away from him by a couple of yards, but he immediately put his body in between the ball and the Watford player, and Ekstrand then obviously did lunge forward, but he's connected with Halford, then connected with the ball, and it's a good decision by the referee, and well played Halford to win this free kick.
Reid is going to take it 30 yards out, maybe even a bit more than that, and to the right of centre, but perfect for the left-footed Andy Reid to be able to deliver a dangerous ball into the box. In it goes now towards the back post. Okay, heading against the crossbar. The diving header was from Danny Collins, and Forest still have it with Abdoon trying a volley towards goal, but over the crossbar and away for a goal kick. It was nodded at the back post, I think by Moosey first, and then by Collins with a diving header which rattled the Watford bar. When he came back out to the edge of the penalty area, Moosey again involved as he helped it to Abdoon. The volley well wide of the target, and it remains 0-0, but Collins close with what would have been a beauty.
Yeah, and again Andy Reid, the instigator, with a great flighted left foot free kick from outside the penalty area, and Moosey going up really well at the far post and heading it powerfully across goal. Collins made good contact, but he was under pressure and couldn't guide it lower than the crossbar, but there's a quick free kick that Collins again with a great intercept.
At the other end this side, but the ball was threaded through inside right channel towards Yukechi Anya for Watford. In slid Danny Collins on the edge of the Forest penalty area, and after Forest had had the first corner, now Watford get their first corner of the game. 12 minutes in, 0-0. Keeping an eye on the ice hockey tonight as well, with the Panthers in action in South Wales. They lead the Cardiff Devils to the Nottingham Panthers by a goal to 0 in Ice Hockey's Elite League. Joe Grimaldi on target. Corner then to Watford from the far side, their right, out-swinging corner, and Angela with the volley goes way over the crossbar. But it was a little bit too easy from Forest's point of view defensively for Angela to get the effort towards goal. It wasn't on target. And well, you'd call it a free header. It was pretty much a free volley. He side-footed it and well over the crossbar. But that was actually a decent opportunity.
Yeah, the ball came into the near post, and Angela did what all good strikers do. He actually ran towards the ball, and as it dropped short on the edge of the 6-yard box, he volleyed it with his right foot, and it's just gone wide of the target. And for the centre half, that was a decent effort. But it's amazing, Colin, if you talk about the delivery of Andy Reid, it's a good delivery, there's a chance. And again there, you've got somebody thinking to get in front of the defender or run towards the ball, and he's had half a chance. So chance at one end, but that one wasn't quite as easy for Angela.
Lehigh on halfway for Forest, goes backwards to Lascelles, because he was again being hunted down by Watford, who are getting through a lot of work off the ball. As Forest have it again now with Danny Collins 10 yards inside his own half. Switches it out to Lascelles, who volleys it forward into midfield for Moosey. Has to lay it off quickly because he was under pressure. And now Lehigh sends it forward. And I thought the flag had gone up for offside, but actually it's a foul on Jamal Abdoon. The assistant referee saw his shirt being tugged. And so Forest get another free kick. It's about halfway inside the Watford half, wide on this near side, Forest's right hand side. So chance for Reid to get another decent ball into the box. Moosey and Collins and Lascelles all go forward up towards the edge of the penalty area once more. 14 minutes played here at the City Ground. 0-0 between Forest and Watford, and Reid delivers the ball in. Back post again, and again Watford struggled, but it's getting clear at the second attempt after Forest won the first header. Cloud of bodies. There's almost too many because it kind of got stuck in the middle of the ball. Forest still have it. Patterson down the right hand side. Leaves it for Reid now. Still 35 yards out, right flank. Moosey stabs it even further wide for Abdoon. Gives it back to Reid. Abdoon makes the run off the ball, but he's running into a bit of a blind alley. Reid holds on to it. He's challenged. Then off that challenge, the ball spins away towards the byline for a corner. Abdoon lets it run.
Good perseverance there by Andy Reid. He was going to get a quick quick corner. Jamal to Reid.
Here is Reid into the edge of the penalty area from Patterson, and off that challenge it almost breaks from Lucy, who hits the shot. That is blocked. Forrest still have it as it comes down under the misty sky. Harding, left hand side, midway inside the Watford half. Good pressure here from Forrest. Harding's cross, back post, and 2 volleys, and it's a cannons into the ground. Looks up into the air, and is a fairly easy catch in the end for Almunia. Physical attempt. Abdul was trying. Here's Forrest Vieri just inside the Forest half now for Watford. Decent game, 0-0 in the first quarter of an hour. Cracker with these 2 men at Vicarage Road earlier in the season. On the level that day as well. Doyle forward for Watford, looking for Ikechi Anya, but taken off him very easily by Danny Collins. And now here's Harding sending a long ball forward. Ekstrand gets across first ahead of Halford, knocks it into touch. Forrest with the throw 10 yards inside Watford's half.
Ekstrand reading that one very, very well, getting miles ahead of Greg Halford, and there's a loose ball by Yara.
Out by Pudel, midway inside his own half. Now here's for Tokyo for Watford, crossing into Forest territory to the left of the centre circle, leaving it now for Deeney in top deep. Deeney forward towards Forest Vieri, kind of shoulders it down, and it's still in Watford's possession. Pudel keeps it in play down this near side to left. Here's for Tokyo again. Pudel still in close support. 2 Forest players trying to close down the Argentinian for Tokyo, and it goes out off his cross for a Watford corner. Yeah, second now.
And this time Abdul managed to get back to help out, just in case Lehi was outnumbered, but he managed to block the effort. Abdul, and then goes up into the centre forward position.
And yet to take for Watford from the left hand side, right footed, in swinging corner, diving header, not much on it from Ekstrand. He's getting up but appealing that he was pushed. Beg his pardon, it's Angela up from the back. It went well wide because he just glanced off his forehead. And he was claiming that the reason it was a diving header is because he was shoved, but referee Simon Hooper disagreed.
I think Forrest's top striker out there was the one that just gave him a nudge.
That would be Greg Halford.
That's it. Just a little nudge as he was going to dive to head that one, but it was enough just to put him off. Shoulder to shoulder, I believe that one's still within the rules.
That gets Halford. Aerial challenge here with Sean Murray, but the ball goes out of play off the Forest man, and Watford get a throw a couple of yards inside their own half. 17 gone, 0-0 the score here at the City Ground on BBC Radio Nottingham's Match Night, also tonight on BBC Radio 5 Live Sports Extra. Here is Lascelles, midway inside his own half, slightly heavy touch, put under pressure by Forrest Vieri, but gives it to Lehi, flips it forward right side, Ekstrand heads it away towards halfway. Lucy loses out to Pudel, now for Tokyo, sends it forward first time, looking for Deeney's run, cut out by Lascelles, and Lucy switches it across his own half to the far side, Forrest left. Reid tucks it backwards now for Harding. Harding in field towards Yara. Yara finds Collins, and Collins goes back to Darlow. It was a bit wide of Darlow, and on target, Darlow had to hurry slightly to make sure that wasn't going to be a horrendous own goal. But Watford have it again now. Here's Deeney, 25 yards out, knocking it left-hand side. Forrest Vieri, left corner of the penalty area. Now Anya gives it to Pudel, wide left. Pudel with a high cross towards the back post, which is headed away by Reid, not very far. Left foot half volley is well wide of the target from Sean Murray from the edge of the penalty area, looking outside the penalty area. And it's a goal kick. It remains 0-0.
Great defending by Andy Reid at the far post, beating his man in the air, managing to head the ball clear. It's not where he really wants to be. He wants to be at the other end creating and scoring, but Shawnee's got the responsibility. He's been pushed wide on the left-hand side. A little bit of a strange move, but doing a great job there as the midfield player helping out his defence.
No goals between Forest and Watford here at the City Ground. Watford have it again on halfway. Stands forward, Forrest Vieri. It should have been offside, but the Argentinian striker decided not to chase the ball, so the flag stayed down. And the ball went all the way through to Darlow, who's given it to Collins, who helps it forward now for Reid to flick on, looking for Halford, cleared away by Doyley for Watford, who's picking up again in midfield. And this is Murray, crossing into Forest territory, now laying it off short for Forrest Vieri, who holds off the challenge of Lehi, but he's back to goal at the moment, being forced away back to halfway, gives then a ball to Lloyd Doyley. Doyley, over 400 Watford appearances to his name. Taken off the Ekstrand, and now Watford work their way back into Forest half, keeping good possession. But now giving it away through Tokyo, giving it away to Nusi. He plays it forward towards Patterson, who looks as if he might be crowded out, but the ball has found its way back to Patterson, and Angela steps across it. Patterson goes down, referee waves play on. He was right on the spot with Simon Hooper. Watford break across halfway. Anya lays it off for Forestieri, 10 yards inside the Forest half. Now Deeney tries to touch it off for Anya again, but as Forest intercepts it, Deeney brings down Patterson, and Forest do get a free kick this time midway inside their own half.
Yeah, great feat there by Patterson. The ball came to him, killed it stone dead, turned it away from the Watford player, and he ended up getting pulled back. So
the height down the right hand side into the feet of Halford, well forward towards the edge of the Watford penalty area. Now Abdu gives it back to Halford on the edge of the box, but as he's turning, he loses control of it, and Doyley is able to chip it clear. But that's easy meat for Danny Collins just inside the Watford half to win it again. Helped on by Patterson in the air, cleared away on the volley by Ekstrand, and then Collins wins it again inside the centre circle, and now Lascelles plays it forward towards Halford's feet, and in a strong shoulder to shoulder, Halford is beaten by Ekstrand, and the ball works all the way through to the orange sky blue Manuel Albuni.
the ball was a difficult one into Halford, and Ekstrand read the delivery, so made it even more difficult. That's why the ball was lost, but there's the ball now.
Yellow, Deeney, just inside the Forest half, holding off a couple of challenges, and now Anya lays it off for Murray. Left of centre, midway inside Forest territory, forward towards Forestieri, finds its way back through Murray, who now finds Anya down the left-hand side, crosses, headed away by Dan Harding back post, breaks to Murray again. Murray's missed his control, but gets a second chance, and now finds Pudil. 20 yards out, Daniel Pudil down the left-hand side, but beaten out of it by Abdu, who gives it to Lascelles, who puts a big right boot through it and clears. Lucy heads it on towards halfway. Ekstrand though is covering behind Halford by 3 or 4 yards, and as it goes beyond Halford, the Swedish centre half has plenty of time to control and switch passes with Angela, and gives it back to him once again. Angela up towards halfway, gets out of his own half, then plays it forward inside left channel. Davies made a good run and good control, and then is challenged by Collins. Both of them are claiming that it should have been their ball. It's actually given Watford's way. It's going to be a corner. Watford's third of the game as we approach the halfway mark in the first half. Max Wilbert has equalised for Cardiff Devils in Ice Hockey's Elite League. It's 1-1 against the Nottingham Panthers in South Wales. Halfway through the first half then here at the City Ground, 0-0 of Watford with a corner. Anya to take, right footed, and almost a free header. It was a free header, but Angela completely missed it, and Forest were able to clear. Another good chance for Angela, that's twice, once on the volley, and this time with his head, but he made no contact. Raking ball wide left again. Anya nods it infield. This is Troy Deeney, edge of the penalty area, a wide left. Throwing it infield to Forestieri. Forestieri stopped by Musi, and then takes on Musi into the penalty area. Low ball in near post and beaten away as Forestieri was arriving. He's claiming a corner kick this time, and the referee disagrees and says no, it'll be a goal kick. Lascelles was the closest to him, good enough to put him off. It was well wide of the target in the end, the finishing effort. But it was neat play again by Watford in and around the Forest penalty area. I think the best chance though came from the corner, and Angela failed to get his head on it, John McGovern.
Yeah, he's just failed there, but after that there was some great feat by Forestieri to create a chance as he hit the cross low into the Forest 6-yard box, and again just Forest back in numbers managed to clear that one, but he's got neat control Forestieri, and he's got good feet similar to Patterson, and there's a great layoff by Halford there.
Halfway inside Watford's half. This is Musi now, running forward from the middle of midfield, swapping passes with Halford. Good 1-2, now plays it wide left. This is Jamal Abdu. Abdu up to the edge of the penalty area and rolls it back infield to Yara. Yara, the ball across the penalty area, is beaten away by Watford. Yara intercepts again, back towards halfway. Watford try and look to break, and Lascelles sends it back to Darlow. Darlow very comfortably deals with what could have been a difficult ball, gives it to Yara. Long ball forward for him. Reid chasing after it down the left-hand side. That's going to turn into a very good ball, because Reid has scampered after it and kept it in play. Level with the edge of the box, he now finds Abdu and gives it back to Reid. Room to cross for the Irishman, blocked, and Forest now get another corner.
pinpoint accuracy from Yara, although Reid was a little bit marooned on his own up there in the corner flag. Eventually help arrived. The ball was played back and then returned to Reid, who set up to cross it before the corner. Still waiting for the ball to come back from a rather unoccupied area of the City ground tonight in the visitors section. Those to our right hand side. And Reid waits to take the corner. He's just drawing the referee's attention to the fact that the defenders might not be back 10 yards as Reid wants to take a short one to Abdu. Here is the short one. Abdu then low in towards the near post, and the flag has gone up for offside. And Abdu, when he sent the low ball in, was probably only 5 yards from the byline. But the assistant's flag went up very quickly. He was very sharp to see that Patterson was in an offside position. Yeah, it was a little bit unlucky that, but definitely offside. Yeah, the Forest, the two Watford players actually moved off the post, so if they'd left one on the post, then Patterson would have remained onside. But quick thinking there by the Watford defence to literally catch Patterson offside.
Forest have a throw, 10 yards inside their own half of the field. 26 minutes played. On still goalless. It's rather soggy and misty City ground tonight. Thrown forward by Lehigh, headed on by Halford. And Ekstrand is there to clear for Watford from deep inside his own half, almost next to his own byline. Now Angela with a long ball forward aimed towards Deeney. It's going to go beyond Deeney and Collins. To be collected just outside his own penalty area by Jamal Lascelles. Rolls it into the penalty area for Carl Darwin.
Yeah, a little bit change in formation. Patterson's come out to the right, Abdoon's gone to the left. Reid's actually moved into a more central midfield position, so the score's still 0-0, but the Forest manager keeps changing them around just to see if he can find an opening by switching personnel and having one of them end up in a position where it's a surprise packet for the opposition.
Best effort so far. Stephen Collins' diving header against the crossbar for Forest after 11 minutes. Before that, Troy Deeney's curler from the deep, which went just over the bar after 4 minutes for Watford. No goals so far. Forest looking to keep up pressure on those above them in the Championship after having to wait an extra 48 hours for their game, with most of their rivals in action on Tuesday night. Here's Lehigh, well forward down the right-hand side, rolling it in towards the feet of Reid, but not accurate enough. Cleared by Angela up to halfway. Forest have it back again. It's a bit deeper now. The ball is clipped forward by Yara, but that's going to run away for a goal kick.
Yara playing central midfield tonight. I think he's trying to run the show, Colin. He's asking for the ball as many times as he can get it, and that's a good sign because he's hungry for the ball. But he's just got to remember that on nights like this, if he chips the ball over the top for somebody to run onto, it's going to zip away rather quickly on the wet surface. So the better option would be into feet, but he's hit a couple of really good searching balls, especially that one a few minutes earlier to Andy Reid.
Cleared from right to left by Manuel Almunia. Forest pick it up inside their own half, and Dan Harding turns it back to the other goalkeeper, his own Carl Darlow. 17 to go until half time. The awful conditions played a cup tie in here against Preston last Friday. It's nowhere near as bad as that. Still wet, miserable and cold. But the pitch isn't being affected like it was the other night. It's a bit easier to get the ball under control. Saw in here for Joel Ekstrand as he went up for a header, went right over the top of Greg Halford. He's the man who's been penalised, and he's got up and he's okay.
That's a bit harsh, because Halford's just made it back for him. He's got fallen over Halford rather awkwardly, and he's given Halford a free kick, which Reid is going to take. 15 yards inside the Watford half and left of centre. Reid high towards the back post. Almunia comes and doesn't get there. He's actually laid out Greg Halford, I think. The ball has been headed well over the crossbar by Halford. He gets up none the worse, and in any case, none of it would have mattered because the flag is up. Forest were offside. Again, a well-flighted ball by Andy Reid, and Almunia showing bravery and Halford showing bravery. Quite in the Watford management that conceded there after that free kick had been a bit nipped. Ekstrand, I don't think did anything wrong in going up to challenge for the ball with Halford.
Epi Sanino is where he has been for much of the game so far, and then he stood his hands in his pockets, long coat on the edge of the technical area, as close to the pitch as he can get. Here's Reid though, coming forward through the middle of the Watford half, laying it off right hand side. This is Jamie Patterson towards the edge of the penalty area now, twisting and turning and seizing, and left foot low shot is well dealt with, going down low to his right by Almunia. Bit too close to the Watford goalkeeper from Jamie Patterson, who has been in a real rich vein of form of late and wants to take people on whenever he gets the ball. Likes nothing more than to run at people and get the shot away at the end of it as well. Scored plenty of goals of late, Jamie Patterson, 5 of them. And this time he was a bit too close to the goalkeeper to add to that. That was another good challenge on Forrest the area. Forrest come forward again. Halford lays it off for Reid. Reid clips it right hand side. Patterson cushions a volley down to Halford. Lehigh on the overlapping run, but it's Patterson who gets it right hand side. Lehigh outside, and he cuts inside though and finds a great ball to Reid, 25 yards out. Plays it left hand side. Onside is Abdoun into the penalty area. Gives it back to Reid. First time, but right underneath it and skies it way over the bar. And it will remain 0-0. It's a goal kick. There are 14 minutes to go until half time, but just signs, John McGovern, that Forest are getting into their stride.
Yeah, they are. They're beginning to find one or two openings in the Watford defence. The skill by Patterson was immaculate, because just minutes before that attempt by Andy Reid, he'd received the ball from Andy Reid and he's beaten 2 Watford players in the space of about 5 yards. Chipped past one, thrown the shoulder down for the other one to take the dummy, cut inside on his left foot and hit a really good shot with his left foot, considering there was very little backswing, and it's taken Almunia a good save to go down to his right to save it. So Patterson showed excellent skill there. So to Watford on halfway, just a couple of yards in fact inside Forest half, far side of the field. Watford's right, running down the line by Ferrowny, but Forest deal with it. Moosey, or after loose pass from Moosey, given away on the edge of the D, and the shot coming in from Ferrowny is deflected and goes behind for a corner kick. Awful ball from G. Moosey. Ferrowny seized on it, got to the edge of the D, and then was somewhat surrounded. It seemed a bit hesitant before shooting. In the end, he's on his side, a corner kick. Could have been worse for Forest. 32 played, 0-0. Anya with the corner towards the near post. Flick on, he's going to go in. It's a flick, almost with a back heel. And it's the man who's come close 2 or 3 times from set pieces who finally breaks the deadlock. It's Gabriel Angela, the big centre half, who almost with a back heel volley at the near post deflected almost the corner in from Ikechi Anya. It went high and it was almost cleared off the line by, I think it was Derek Lehigh, the Forest defender, on the line, but he headed it up onto the bar and it went into the net, and Watford have the lead after 33 first half minutes. Angela has had 2 or 3 decent chances from set pieces, and now it's he who breaks the deadlock. It is 1-0 to Watford. Yeah, and again the instinct to run towards the ball as the cross came in. Angela got there first and his flick was enough. It just flew past Carl Darlow. He couldn't do anything about it, and I think it was it might have even been Lascelles tried to get to it but couldn't do it. So first goal to Watford, and really against the run of play. Forest come forward looking for an immediate response. Volleyed away there on the edge of the penalty area by Pudil for Watford, and into the Forest half. Well, they've looked dangerous from their set pieces, and that man in particular has looked dangerous. He's already volleyed one from the near post, and then had a header which he made no contact on. But this time he got decent contact on nothing more than a flick, really. They say flicks never work, but that one did. Whether it was by luck or judgment, Watford won't care because they lead. Deeney wins a good challenge against Moosey in midfield, and Watford have plenty of space here down the right hand side. This is Forestieri. They've got men arriving in the box as well. Forestieri runs into the penalty area. He's now on the edge of the box and turns and hits the side footer, which is deflected, and Forest are able to get it clear through Lehigh, finding Reid. Reid is half court in possession but still manages to move the ball up towards Abdoun, and Forest have it inside their own half of the field. You can't help but think that maybe Watford ought to have done better with that opportunity, because they had players arriving in the penalty area and Halford heads it on way over the head of Patterson and out for a Watford throw. Forest have just
almost lost their way for a moment after that Watford opener.
Well, they were cut flat there because Harding was trying to run back through the middle of the field, and he really should have been attacking the danger on the far side. But when Forestieri cut in, was said he had good feet earlier on, Colin, and he turned one way then the other, and eventually his right foot shot was blocked to relieve the danger. But
Forrest laid it off though, couldn't he? He had two arriving edge of the box unmarked.
He did, but I think the way he's played, where he's got the ball, he's dribbled past people, he thinks I should be the one that should be hitting the shot at goal, but he made a right mess of that actually.
Here's Reed, sending it wide left for Forrest, halfway inside the Watford half. Harding tucks it backwards for Gonzalo Yara. He leaves it now for Nusi. Nusi turns in a full circle, and now lays it left-hand side for Harding. Abdul lays it off. This is Patterson. Patterson wriggles away from the challenger's court. He's half court. He went on anyway. The referee had blown his whistle, and he's going to have a word with Joel Ekstrand here. Whether or not we're going to see the first yellow card of the night. Yes, we are. Ekstrand goes in the notebook. More of that attacking thought from Jamie Patterson. Get the ball and run at them.
Yeah, that was a great feat again from Patterson. One touch. Ekstrand, a big, tall centre-half, thinks, oh, that one touch, I'll dive in, but a quick flick away from the defender took Patterson clear of him until the second lunge brought Patterson down. So Reed to take this one.
So he's about 30 yards out, maybe slightly more. It's to the left-hand side of the field. Another chance for Andy Reid to curl over a dangerous ball. 9 minutes to go until the break. Forrest one down. Line of bodies, edge of the penalty area. Free header for Halford, is over the crossbar. In the end, by the time he got to the ball, he was about 8 yards out, Greg Halford. That is a golden opportunity. Great delivery again from Andy Reid. I'm not sure that the Watford coaching staff will be too impressed with their side's marking, because they let Halford go on his own, and he couldn't keep his header down from 8 yards. It's over, and Forest still trail 1-0.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a sitter, mainly because Halford's all on his own, and he's run away from the defenders. They think they're trying to catch him offside. He's not offside, he's 6 yards out, and he's got a free header, and obviously expect centre forwards to hit the target. Halford, the stand-in centre forward, just missed on this occasion. So great delivery again from Andy Reid, and Forrest really should have been 1-1 there.
As it is, they continue to trail. Here is Halford trying to get a ball under control and actually giving it to Reid, who gets away for an extra and now finds Patterson, right corner of the penalty area, teasing against two. They've doubled up on him, but he's still got it. Gives it to Reid again, just outside the box now. Reid, he sends it back to the right-hand side. This is Lee high up in support and feeds it back infield to Andy Reid. Reid pings over a low ball, and it's cleared away on the volley by Joel Ekstrand. Collins gets to it first on halfway ahead of Troy Deeney, but won't get out of play for a throw to Watford.
He couldn't do any more than that, Collins, and just beat the striker to the ball. But it's bouncing high in the air, and all he has to do is just literally make sure that the Watford player doesn't get it, but he's giving away a throw-in on the halfway line.
Match night from BBC Radio Nottingham, also on 5 Live Sports Extra tonight. It's Forest 0, Watford 1. And Watford with a throw halfway inside the Forest half on the far side. They're right. 7 minutes to go until half-time. Gabriel Angela with the goal for Watford. Throw down the line. They're looking to get Anya in behind Dan Harding here, but Harding is just about strong enough to hold off that challenge. The pair of them have stayed down. I think it is Harding who is a little bit worse off than Ikechi Anya. Shoulder to shoulder, they were leaning on each other, and Dan Harding has stayed down off the field. Actually, he's behind the byline. In the end, he succeeded in shepherding out what was a long throw, trying to get him behind Harding. He succeeded, though, in shepherding the ball out of play, but at what cost?
Yeah, it doesn't look too good, because Harding's not totally motionless, but he's still stayed lying on his side on the edge of the pitch area, if you like, and play now has restarted.
Well, because he's off the pitch, Forest having to go on with 10 just at the moment, and now Andy Reid falls heavily in midfield. Referee waves play on, and Watford it is who break down the right-hand side. That's the area where Harding should be, of course. It is Anya who crosses in towards the near post, and Troy Deeney's gone just wide with a volley at the near post. Forest ripped apart again, although it has to be said it was from an area where their fullback is missing as he gets treatment for injury at the moment. Down the right side, the cross coming in from Anya, and volleyed at the near post by Troy Deeney. It didn't miss by much. Moved the side netting, in fact. That shows you how close it was. Forest close to going 2 down.
Yeah, that was a great chance there for Watford to go 2 up. Thankfully they didn't. Deeney just offside with his right foot shot on the volley. But a great cross to him at the near post.
Harding's okay, and he's back in the action now. As Forest have it inside Watford's half. Good ball from Yara to Reid. Reid floats one forward looking for Halford, headed away by Doyley, and then further cleared by Ekstrand. Little flick from the Kechianya. And now sent forward by Ferrari. What a good ball that is. Pinged it from the halfway inside his own half to pick out Forestieri, edge of the penalty area, and that's a poor ball from him. But Watford pick up the clearance. And Pudil has it. Halfway inside Forest, half wide left. Goes backwards from the Tokyo. And further backwards now for Angela, the goal scorer. Into the centre circle, he plays it for Kechianya, who turns away from the challenge of Yara, buys himself a bit of space, then lays it off for Sean Murray. And Murray lays it off for Angela once more. Angela swaps passes with Pudil left side. Now into the centre circle, he sprays it out for Lloyd Doyley. 4 minutes left until half time, just a little bit more than that. And Watford lead it by a goal to 0 here at the City Ground on BBC Radio Nottingham. And 5 Live Sports Extra. This is Tokyo. Forward towards Forestieri. Look at the space he's got. Midway inside the Forest half. It's still going on. Right foot shot deflected by Collins and away for a corner kick.
I can't believe Yara just watched him run a few yards away from him and never made any attempt to go and try and close him down at all. That's an amazing thing. He's actually watching him run towards the Forest goal and literally almost lets him have a free shot. That's very disappointing, at least.
And a corner there to Watford. They have proved very dangerous from these. I wonder who's marking Angela this time. Corner comes in from Anya. This time it's a lifting one high into the 6-yard box. It's plucked out of the air by Carl Darlow. And as Darlow clears, Angela has blocked it. And the referee's brought the wrong man, I think. Well, maybe he hasn't. He brandished a yellow card in the general direction of Angela and of Ferrari. It was Angela definitely that blocked. So we'll say it's him who got the yellow card. Blocked the clearance.
Carl Darlow just trying to he saw Abdoun way out on the left-hand side, so tried to kick it as early as he could, but his effort blocked, and there's a margin Halford's back, but he doesn't get a free kick this time.
3 to go until the break. 1-0. Watford lead. The ball is sent forward long, and for Forest, Jamal Abdou is in an offside position. Free kick for Watford deep inside their own half, and Manuel Almunia is in no hurry at all to walk out of his penalty area and take this. Breaks into a little trot now. In the ice hockey, the Panthers now lead the Cardiff Devils by 2 goals to 1. Jonathan Boxall with the second goal for the Nottingham Panthers tonight in ice hockey's Elite League. 2-1 they lead. They're into the second period in the Welsh capital. Here we are into the last couple of minutes almost of the first half, with Forest trailing Watford by a goal to 0. Gabriel Angela, the goal scorer, after 33 minutes, and Watford come forward again. Neat touch by Forestieri to Deeney. Low ball across the 6-yard box is cleared away by Eric Lehigh, and then Yara sends it further clear, and Patterson is chasing after this one, but Angela is favourite to get there first, and then sails a back pass and clears it left-footed into the Forest half. Great control by Anya, with space and time to do it again, and then it's sent forward by Tokyo, but cut out by Danny Collins. Lucy has it for Forest. Wiggles away from a couple of challenges, forward to Halford's feet, lays it off for Lehigh just inside his own half. He sends it long, up towards Abdou. It's brought down by Abdou, and now Patterson takes it over and sprays it out to the left-hand side, midway inside the Watford half. This is Yara. Raging ball across to the right flank again for Abdou. A couple of yards from the byline, Jamal Abdou, but checking out towards the edge of the penalty area. Now gives it to Lucy 25 yards out, back to the right-hand side for Lehigh with room to cross. Lehigh's cross is headed away by Doyley. Not very far. Yara knocks it down to Patterson. Gets it back to Yara. Plays it left side now. This is Harding on the overlapping run. Harding speeds to cross. It's palmed away by Almunia, and then further cleared by Forestieri. What a ball that is. But Troy Deeney couldn't control it. Tried to play it first time into the path of Anya, and it goes out for a throw. That was a terrific ball from Forestieri on the clearance. If he meant it, straight to Deeney. But Deeney could do nothing with it.
Yeah, there's certainly enough ability in this Watford side to pass the ball accurately. even on a really wet surface.
Space for Andy Reid now, midway inside the Watford half as Forest look for an equaliser before the break. Last 30 seconds of normal time, end of the first half. Here's Abdou, turning full circle and giving it to Lehigh just a couple of yards away from him. Now Moussi stabs it infield and Reid is caught in possession. But Moussi wins it back again. Good work by Moussi to win it back off Sean Murray. And now Patton spreads it wide right again. Abdou, 20 yards out, taking on his man. Low ball in, poor cross, cleared away at the near post easily by Angela. And it'll be a Forest throw. 2 minutes of stoppage time to come at the end of this first half. Forest pushing to the leveller and have it again with Gonzalo Yara. 10 yards inside the Watford half, centre of the field. Gives it to Reid, good ball. Reid has found a bit of space, edge of the penalty area. Turns it wide right. Here's Abdou with another chance to cross. Abdou's cross is headed away this time by Joel Extra. Forest pick up the ball again, all the way back on halfway. And Lascelles gives it to Collins. Shows how much power there was on the header away from Joel Extra. Here's Yara picking it up, tries to feed it to Dan Harding. Harding had his weight on the wrong foot. Was going the wrong way, and so it was played straight out of play by Gonzalo Yara.
Yeah, just hustled out of it a little bit on that occasion. Still trying to do the right thing, pass the ball on as accurately and as quickly as you can. But Watford have kind of raised their game slightly, Colin, I think, since the goal. The confidence obviously grows with scoring, and that's exactly what's happened to the opposition.
Forest have done that in patches, haven't they? A mistake by Yara now in the middle of the park, but given away again by Watford in the shape of Ferrari straight away. Forest have it once more. Good ball for Patterson, out wide right. Space for Lehigh to run into, and he gives it further right wing now. This is Jamal Abdou, level with the edge of the penalty area. Another cross from him. Halford tries to nod it down, but only nods it down to Matokio. Matokio forward to Deeney, who leaves it for Forestieri. Forestieri now gives it to Anya, or tries to, and it was intercepted by Jamal Lascelles. Good defending, but in all honesty, Lascelles also have had no chance, because it was a 2-on-1 break, and Deeney just couldn't find Anya. Here's Yara stabbing one forward. Good ball, right hand side, end-to-end stop, end of this first half. Abdou's driven cross is straight into the midget of the goalkeeper Almunia.
That's a real incisive pass there by Yara. Send up doing clear, but again the cross going straight to the goalkeeper, so a disappointing end. So from a really good pass by Yara.
Half time here at the City Ground is greeted by a few rumblings of discontent, because the home side trails at the break, and that is not something that the home supporters have been used to over recent weeks. Watford lead, Gabriel Angela's goal after 33 minutes. Ikechi Anya's corner from Watford's left-hand side was met at the near post by Angela, who with a back heel flick on the volley, which sounds extraordinary even when you say it, managed to get some real pace on it and fire it just under the crossbar, and beating the man on the line for Forest as well to give Watford the lead. And they have looked threatening from set pieces on a couple of previous occasions, and on both occasions it was that man Gabriel Angela who came close, but he finally broke the deadlock after 33 minutes. Forest for their part have kind of shown flashes of brilliance, and there have been occasions during the half, maybe 3 or 4 minute spells where they've really put it together and turned it on. The best chances they've had, Danny Collins' diving header which hit the crossbar after 11 minutes, and then the best of the bunch, 9 minutes before half time, from Andy Reid's free kick. Greg Halford, completely in the clear 8 yards out with a free header, managed to plant it over the crossbar. So it's Forest who trail Watford at the break by a goal to nil. What have you made of the first half, John McGovern?
Well, it's a pretty even first half against Watford, and Watford will be the side coming off leading 1-0, thinking, well, yeah, we deserved that, but really Forest should have had a couple of goals themselves. Collins hit the crossbar with a firm header, just couldn't keep it down, and then Halford's missed one from 6 yards right in front of goal with no opposition, and you would expect him to have at least tested Almunia in the Watford goal. Very slick side Watford, they've got some very talented players. Forestieri's got some great feet, Deeney makes some good runs, and defensively they don't look too shoddy either. So this has been a difficult 45 minutes for Forest. They've made a few changes, not quite as fluent as we know they can be, especially at home, and the conditions not too bad out there considering the amount of rain we'd had. But with the changes that Forest have made, maybe at times the manager's thought, well, that's not working, so he's changed players Patterson especially and Abdunab swapped wings. Andy Reid's gone out to play wide for a while, then come back into the middle. So the manager obviously knows it hasn't been that smooth a ride in the first 45 minutes, and you'll just think that he's maybe unlucky to be a goal down, because the goal that was scored by Watford, nice driven corner into near post, but a flick that I think is maybe just meant to go in the middle.
It could have gone anywhere. Anything could happen.
Absolutely anywhere, but it's phoned past Carl Darlow, and I think it was Lascelles trying to keep it off the line, but couldn't manage it. So, that's one of those breaks of the ball, because there's no way he meant to flick that past Darlow in the far top corner. He is a defender, actually, so there was definitely no intention in that. But, Forest are just going to have to regroup, and looking at the bench, it might be used a lot quicker than maybe the manager normally does with the firepower that's there.
Well, he's got plenty of options there, hasn't he? He's got strikers in Henderson, Mackie, you could say, doesn't play up front very often for Forest, of course, but Tudgate, Derbyshire, Cox, all on the bench, and the craft of Majewski as well.
Well, I don't think there's another side that could boast such an attacking force being left on the bench, so there are plenty of options in that area, but it just depends how he feels. I mean, I feel that, in the first half, yes, Watford showed that they can be a real classy side. We know from the match earlier in the season they've got one or two really talented players with good feet, good vision, and the ability to pass the ball. So, of course, Forest one or two problems, but still, if you look at the overall picture for 45 minutes, Collins' header that hit the bar could have gone in quite easily, but it's come out. Halford should certainly have hit the target, so Forest themselves might have had a couple of goals. So, over the green, I don't know, a little bit of lady luck's given Watford a 1-0 lead, but, Forest with a slight improvement should get back in this game reasonably quickly.
They look a decent side, Watford. They look like the side we'd kind of expect them to be challenging the top end of the Championship rather than where they are.
Well, I think there's a lot of talent there, Colin, and despite having a managerial change, they haven't quite found their way, but maybe they're beginning to.
Thanks, John. That's John McGovern, and the former Forest captain will be back with us for the second half here on match night. And at half-time, thanks to the goal from Gabriel Angela 12 minutes before half-time. By luck or by judgment, who knows, but Watford it is, who have the lead at the City Ground at the break. It's Forest 0, Watford 1. As the referee, Simon Hooper, gives a shrill blast of his whistle and gets us going in the second half. Forest it is who kick off and send it down the right-hand side for Simon Cox to nod in field, but the ball is beaten half away. Then Cox gets another touch, it comes back to the edge of the box, and it's played in now by Patterson, almost towards Cox again, who's made an immediate impact in the first few seconds. Cleared away by Watford, and Forest break once more down the right-hand side. Here's Patterson, level with the edge of the Watford penalty area. Crossing, headed away by Doyley. Again, Cox was the target. Forest going to touch with Reid. Watford half with it, but then Lucy wins it back, gives it back to Reid. Reid pings one from 25 yards. Albunia stays finding a way to his left-hand side. Comes out again for the cross to come in from Abdul this time. And Albunia punches clear. Good start for the second half by Forest. They were coming close to an equaliser. Lascelles forward, but now Watford try and break away. Deeney turning on halfway, down the left-hand side. He's got a man outside him. He's nudged into the back off by Eric Lehigh and goes sprawling, does Troy Deeney. Referee wants a word with the American Lehigh. I think it'll just be a word rather than anything else, and it'll be a free kick to Watford, left-hand side of the field, and about halfway inside the Forest half. A furious start to the second half. Albunia already involved in the opening minute of it, saving well from Andy Reid. But now Forest with some defending to do. Free kick for Watford, left-hand side, and halfway inside the Forest half. Delivered free header for Angela, 2-0. Totally unmarked. Murray's free kick, Angela with the header, and Watford lead it by 2-0. Totally and utterly unmarked. The marking was non-existent. And Gabriel Angela has his second goal of the game, and Watford lead it by 2-0. Well, Forest may have looked decent going forward in the first minute of the second half, but defensively in the second minute of the second half, they are an absolute shambles. Nobody moved with Gabriel Angela. Very similar actually to the opportunity that Forest had with Greg Halford in the first half, but where Halford couldn't hit the target, Gabriel Angela certainly did. He buried his header in from about 8 yards out, almost from the same blade of grass as Halford missed in the first half, and he has a second goal, and Watford have a second goal, and it's a perfect start from their point of view to the second half. Forest 0, Watford 2. And Forest get us underway again, kicking off again, only 2 minutes after they kicked off the start of this second half. Here is Yara sending one forward, and it goes all the way through to Manuel Almunia in the Watford goal. He's already had to make one decent save at the start of this second half, but immediately Watford go at the other end and score, and for the second time it's Gabriel Angela, this time with a completely free header. Bring in John McGovern in just a moment to get his thoughts on a shocking start to the second half for Forest as Angela spreads out a great ball wide right for Ferrani, who's running into the penalty area, hits the byline, squares it back, Collins clears at a stretch, and now it's Ferrani again who blocks actually a tempted clearance from Jamie Patterson, and it bounces out for a Forest throw which is about level with the edge of their own penalty area. Shocking defending for the goal, John McGovern, but putting that aside, it is a hammer blow to Forest to concede so early in the second half.
Well, it certainly is, because you thought they might have even considered making changes themselves. Obviously Cox has come on, and you think, well, maybe they'll start right on the front foot, but you can see the goal so early. That's tragic, really. I know that they were equal to Watford in the first half, but it's going to be a real uphill struggle being 2 goals down, obviously this early in the second half.
Non-existent marking for Forest at the back, and now they have a throw which Harding is pitching an age overtaking because he's got nothing to throw at, and in fact he's found Simon Cox. He checked it down well and turns out a good ball towards the right hand side. Here's Lehigh, who conceded the free kick that led to the goal, gives it to Abdoun and gets it back again. There's Lehigh, and now here's Yara finding Lucy in the middle of the Watford half. Lucy turns it left hand side. This is Harding, 25 yards out, crossing, but it's blocked by Forestieri. And Forest will have a throw. 25 yards out on this near side to left. I suppose it starts the second half, having a chance to give you the team, so do that as soon as we get a moment. As Lucy puts it deep back into his own half, and this is Lascelles. Gets it back now from Yara. Puts it right hand side for Lehigh. Tucks it back infield for Yara, and that's a good ball. Left hand side, there's an outlet here for Dan Harding. Scampers forward into Watford territory. Gives it wide left now, level with the edge of the penalty area. This is Patterson teasing and trying to turn away from 2 Watford defenders and managing to get a crossover, but it's overhit and it'll run away on the far side to be just about kept in play by Lehigh. Tucks it back infield first time to Lucy. Midway inside the Watford half. Squeezes the ball to the right hand side for Abdoun. Goes backwards for Lehigh, and Lucy goes all the way back to halfway. And this is Lascelles switching it out to this near side for Collins. Forest 0, Watford 2 on BBC Radio Nottingham Smash-Night, also on 5 Live Sports Extra, as the ball is sent forward by Yara towards Patterson, cut out though by the experienced figure of Lloyd Doyley, who clears away for Watford into Forest territory, and Collins will be there first to give it back to Lascelles. Forest with Darlow in goal, back 4 of Lehigh, Lascelles, Collins and Harding. Yara and Lucy in the holding roles in midfield. Patterson, Reid and Abdoun, the more attacking 3 in midfield in a 4-2-3-1 shape, with Simon Cox now on at half-time for Greg Halford. The remaining subs, Darius Henderson, Jamie Mackey, Marcus Tudgay, Matt Derbyshire, Randy Majewski and the goalkeeping sub Doris de Vries. Here is Lucy finding Harding on halfway, left-hand side of the field. 6 minutes gone, second half. Now Patterson lays it off to Lucy again. Got Harding outside him once more, still making the overlapping run. Harding tucks it back infield for Lucy. Lucy is level with the edge of the box and it's taken off him rather too easily by Tokyo, who gives it to Forestieri, and he finds Doyley, who's got Jamal Abdoun lurking just behind him, but manages to clear. Dini is offside as it's sent forward. And Dini goes for goal anyway. Carl Darlow saves it, none of it matters. Watford side, Almunia in goal, Doyley, Angela and Ekstrand are the back 3. Ferrani, Murray, Tokyo and Kudil. The next line of 4, and then Anya playing just behind Dini and Forestieri. For Watford, their subs, Jonathan Bond, the goalkeeper, Cassetti, Abdi, Merkel, Bellerin, Hall and Fabrini. Here's Patterson, halfway inside the Watford half left-hand side, but in an offside position. So he receives the ball. And free kick given to Watford.
Look surprised there on Patterson's face. The linesman signalled that he was offside and ran back into an onside position after the ball was played. I didn't see that one myself. That must have been pretty close. But let's hope that we can get the ball out to Patterson more, because certainly in the first half he was the one that could go past members of the opposition in tight positions, and Forest badly need to get themselves a goal back ASAP.
2-0 down to Watford, and we've been playing for 8 second half minutes. The second goal came 2 minutes into the second half. This after Simon Cox had come on at the break, and Forest in the very first minute had looked really sharp. Cox at the heart of plenty going forward, and a decent start to the half culminated in a very good effort from Andy Reid, saved by Almunia, but within a minute they were 2-0 down. It's Watford who come forward again. This is Ferrari, the Italian, right hand side, goes down under a challenge of Yara, but the referee waves play on, which he clears. You can hear the upset amongst the home supporters, because it was just hastily knocked forward by the Frenchman, Guy Moussi, and straight to Watford.
Yeah, the problem is he's lost the ball the last 3 times he's got it, Colin, and very unforgiving football supporters. He was under a bit of pressure that time, so he didn't have a long time to look and pick anybody out, and he just happened to clear the ball, but it went straight to a Watford player, which didn't go down too well with the supporters.
Reid tries to clear down the line, but his effort is blocked. Comes back to him, now left it for Danny Collins. Collins pushing short to Harding, deep inside Forest own half this. 9 minutes into the second half. Collins switches it away to the far side, the right for Lascelles, and he's going to switch it back to the left side for Collins. And Collins gives it to Harding again. Watford quite happy to see Forest playing around there. Now Yara sends one forward, and he's looking for Abdu, who gets a nudge right on the edge of the penalty area from Angela, who's pleading his innocence with referee Simon Hooper. But Forest get a free kick, which is a matter of a couple of feet or so outside the penalty area, left of centre.
The centre half, he committed decision-making contact with the player, Colin, who's running away from goal, and we've seen that in the past. You can't do that. You make the guys running away from goal, just stay goal side, don't make contact. Couple of yards further forward, and it would have been a penalty kick, but Andy Reid to take this one.
Just to the left of centre and just outside the penalty area. Reid shaping up rather to cross towards the back edge of the box than shoot, but might just be false body language. He's now claiming the wall isn't back the required 10 yards. Jamal Abdoun is standing over the ball as well. Right-footed, he can curl it from this angle, but it is Reid who moves first, the Forest captain. Does go for goal and tipped over by Almunia. They beat the wall, and it would have gone in, but for the right hand outstretched of Manuel Almunia, giving Forest just a corner kick rather than a goal back. Reid himself scampers across to take the corner from the right hand side. Left-footed, in-swinging corner from Andy Reid, aimed at Collins. He gets his head to it, it loops up in the air, and he's plucked out of that air very comfortably indeed by Almunia, who bowls it out quickly, and Watford get moving again, but now given away, intercepted by Lehigh on halfway, and Lucy gives it back to Lehigh down the right-hand side. Patterson tries to turn, can't do so, and now Watford try to go on the counter-attack again. Down the left-hand side, this is Anya in possession. Midway inside the Forest half, rolls it infield to Deeney. Deeney keeps moving it right-hand side, but it's not good touch from Fernando Forestieri. He's lost out to Harding, and he clears with a good ball down the line for Abdu. Abdu now finds Patterson. Patterson 10 yards inside his own half, drifting across to this near side to left, rolling it back into the centre circle. Good first-time ball from Yara, and then an excellent ball from Reid out to the right-hand side. Reid goes on the run forward to try and get on the end of the return ball from Lehigh, but cut out once more by Angela, who's given it away though, straight to Lehigh. Lehigh 30 yards out. Now Reid has it. Reid tries to play it to the left-hand side, and it's cut out by Forestieri. I don't know if he was looking for Patterson or for Harding, but it's cut out by Forestieri and out for a throw on the far side. Forest take back towards halfway, and this is Jamal Lascelles. And now Yara swaps passes with Reid. He's getting more and more influential in the game, Andy Reid, as he tries to plot the way back for Forest. Now Abdoun has it, left-hand side, 25 yards out. Gives it to Harding, close by him. Back to Abdoun. Watford with plenty back. And Forest forced away from the penalty area once more. Yara gives it to Moose, who's in between two players and has to dig out a ball to Harding, who then nutmegs for Rowney. And now Abdu gives it back to Lucy. Lucy is 30 yards out, thinking about a shot. Instead lays it off for Lehigh. Cushions the ball back infield. There's Lehigh for Reed. Reed with a good ball. Left-hand side of the field. This is Patterson. Patterson left wing. Taking on his men again. Rolls it out to Abdu. Into the court. Now back to Yara. 25 yards out. Yara drifts over across. Lucy back. Back held by Simon Cox. Forrest the back in it. 2-1 down. But Simon Cox has come off the bench at half time. Grabs his sixth goal of the season. 13 minutes into the second half. Good patient build up by Forrest. Worked it down the right, worked it down the left, and in the end it was Yara's ball for the back post. Running back across the face of goal by Lucy and swept in from about 3 yards out by Simon Cox, and Forrest are back in it. Watford make a change. Forrest early coming off, and Alman Abbey is the man who's coming on. But Forrest so badly needed that goal back. John McGovern.
Yeah, that's given them a lifeline and raised everybody at the City ground. Lucy heading that great crossfield pass by Yara back into the 6-yard box. Cox in front of his defender, as all good strikers do. He just swept it home. Lucy had done that in the first half, and Collins ended up heading against the crossbar. But this time they've got a goal from it, and it might just keep a few of the Forest supporters off his back for a while, because they've been giving him a rough ride over the last few minutes.
So Forrest back in it on match night for Big Steve Radio Nottingham. The crowd are back in it, which is incidentally 18,510, the smallest in the league this season. Watford are coming bursting forward again towards the edge of the Forest penalty area, and Lehigh in a very strong challenge with Sean Murray. Murray says, well, good to Lehigh. Lehigh is penalised. Murray looked at the challenge, but Lehigh had done his job because he forced Murray wide, and then Murray has tried to run into Eric Lehigh. It was right in front of the assistant referee on this near side, and he quickly put his flag in the air, and referee Simon Hoover has a word with Eric Lehigh. That's all it is, though. It's just a word. It was a very good surging run forward by Sean Murray in the first place.
I thought his theatrical tumble to the ground was going to get Lehigh a yellow card.
It is Murray who's going to take the free kick from wide on the right, and down goes Eric Lehigh inside the penalty area, and it'll be a free kick for Forest this time.
Well, I'm not going to laugh about that one, but Murray certainly made a great surging run, but Lehigh shielded him away from the Forest penalty area, ended up using his strength. And you can hear the Forest crowd now. They're delighted to get back in this match after that goal from Cox.
2-1 down still, Forest, still with plenty to do, but just wonder if that is a momentum changer. It was a well-worked goal, a very patient goal from Forest, and this man was at the heart of it as well. Yara, forward down the inside right channel for Patterson. Patterson midway inside the Watford half, back to Yara, slips it out left-hand side. This is Harding. Harding now finding Abdu, level with the edge of the Watford penalty area, having a run, checks onto his right foot, crosses, looks a bit deep. Almunia comes and punches one-handed away from Lucy at the back post, which was over his head anyway, and it's gone out of play on the far side for a throw. Lehigh throws it backwards for Lascelles. Lascelles gives it to Collins inside the centre circle. He's on the left-hand side, and this is Harding forward towards Reed. Good touch the ball left-hand side. He's looking for Abdu, but Cross gets Ekstrand to put it out in the touch. Forrest now asking the question as they search for an equaliser. Harding to take the throw, level with the edge of the Watford penalty area, nodded away by Doyley, further away in the air by Murray, then a decent touch from Anya to Deeney, and Watford look to break. Here's Alban Abdi, the switch through midfield, and he's got a man to his left, and he's found that man to his left. That's Julian, gives it back to Abdi, and then Abdi stabs it back towards Julian. Looks like he knows himself, Alban Abdi, straight away after just coming off the bench. Forrest looked to break the other way across halfway. Abdi tries to run off his knock. Season which has been affected by injury, but now is Patterson down the right-hand side, level with the edge of the Watford penalty area. Suddenly the game has a lot of life in it from Forest's point of view. Reed now curls out a ball towards this left side. This is Harding. Harding finding Abdu, level with the edge of the penalty area left side. Crosses right-footed, comes with a glancing header, and this time it's easy for Manuel Almunia. But it's much more like it from Forest.
Yeah, Forest are on the front foot. The crowd obviously lifted by the goal, but the team itself everything is when they get the ball now is to go forward. More laborious in the first 45 minutes, but certainly the goals lifted the players as much as the crowd.
Abdul has it for Forest. 15 yards inside his own half. It is match night on BBC Radio Nottingham. And don't forget pre-match tomorrow night on transfer deadline day. Seems a bit odd on match night to be talking about pre-match tomorrow as we get ready to preview all the weekend's football, but it's a transfer deadline day special tomorrow night between 6 and 7 on BBC Radio Nottingham. Ross County and Mansfield in action. Saturday afternoon, match day with you from 1:30, and then we're back here at the sitting ground for Forest against Yeovil. Full commentary from 2:30 on Sunday on the home of live Nottinghamshire sport. Busy old weekend to come, and deadline day of course before that tomorrow. Forest just inside their own half, have it with Reed. Kicks the ball forward left hand side. That looks a great ball if Abdul can keep it in, and he can. Abdul left wing, lovely ball from Reed. Abdul right foot cross. It's kind of kneed away by Ekstrand here close. He gets another chance at it. Abdul on a half and he puts it back into the box. And this time Ekstrand smashes it away for a throw to Forest.
Yeah, Abdul trying to cross the ball. Two occasions there. Poor efforts. The second one especially, but Forest has still got the ball. Throw it from Harding, and it comes back to Abdul, or it might, but knocked out for the Forest throw.
Here is Harding to take that throw in towards Simon Cox, gives it back to Harding. Now Reed has it 25 yards out, left hand side, he's going backwards for Collins. Collins finds the feet of Simon Cox, who holds off the challenge of Doyley and gives it to Reed. Reed curls over a beauty, looking for Lucy in the box, it's headed behind by Watford. So it'll be a Forest corner kick. It's Curiel getting across to head the ball away. It's a very, very good cross. Corner, left hand side. Going to be taken this time by Abdul. 19 minutes gone, second half. Abdul high back post. Good punch away by Manuel Albunia. Only as far as Yara to dink it back in again, and this time it's headed clear. And that's going to go away, I think. Good kick, yes it is. The header was from Ekstrand. He's claiming he was fouled by Danny Collins. Corner goes to Forest, and it's taken quickly by Abdul. Gives it to Reed. Reed is faced by two near the corner flag and needs some help out there. He's holding on to possession as long as he can. Now turns away from Matokio. Great turn. Good cross. Headed away again. And out for a throw on this near side to left. Abdul takes it quickly. Bounces it into Reed. Difficult ball to control, especially as he's surrounded by three. Gives it back to Abdul. Low ball in. Smashed away on the volley this time by Troy Deeney back helping out for Watford, and Forest get another corner. Their third in quick succession. 20 minutes long, second half. Forest 1, Watford 2, but Forest banging on the door. Abdul with the corner, right foot in from the left hand side. This time it's headed clear by Ferrowdy. Forest have it again though. Yara tries to thread one through. It's blocked. It comes back to Yara, and he gives it back to Lehigh on halfway. Long raking diagonal ball from Lehigh. Abdul brings it down. Collins in support left wing for Abdul, but he's offside as Danny Collins gives it back to the Algerian. And a free kick to Watford, and that enables the visitors to just take a breath for a second and try and get their composure back. Albunia is outside his penalty area, and he's arguing here with somebody. Now puts his arm around the shoulders of Simon, who's really getting through, because that means it'll take him a lot longer to go back and take this free kick from the right back position for Watford.
Yeah, a little bit of time wasted. Very crafty after the Watford goalkeeper, but just before Colin, we've got Abdul who's got the ball, can cross it, and then gives it to Collins at centre half. You know, I mean, that was wrong to start with, but then Abdul is in an offside position. There's a good tackle on the manager by Harding. Not the Watford manager, I mean.
Colin here, he's not very happy. Forrest still also wiping his blood off and taking his coat off, but that's down to
Italian silk suit.
He got absolutely wiped out by Dan Harding, and the reason was because Harding got shoved into him by Troy Deeney. And Harding has then slide tackled the Watford manager, who couldn't get out of the way in time. Well, he doesn't need his coat anyway. He says it's cold. John McGovern's not wearing a coat. Why would Steffi Sanino need a coat? Good ball, right hand side by Yara. Kicks out to Lucy is well forward in a right wing position at the moment, gives it back to Lehigh. Lehigh's crossing with a penalty area, is chested down by Cox. There are enough bodies to at least temporarily crowd him out, but Lucy has it again wide right. He gives it to Reid. Reid is just outside the penalty area, halfway through the second half. And Forest trailing 2-1. Henderson being made ready to come on as a substitute as Harding lays it down the left-hand side. This is Abdoon. Abdoon goes backwards for Collins. Collins now rolls it into the edge of the centre circle. This is Yara turning away from a couple of challenges, trying to thread one through, and Cox can't control the edge of the box. It just dribbled away from him, or was perhaps deflected away from him and spun away from him, and it goes through to Manuel Almunia. 2-1 Watford continue to lead it.
Continue to lead, but it's Forest that have been on the front foot ever since the goal by Cox went in 12 minutes into the second half. 2-0 down at the time, but they've remained on the front foot ever since, and here's a rare Watford attack.
I think it's Rowdy coming forward. Not losing by a couple of Watford. He's not got a free kick.
Other people can.
He was arguing with the assistant referee who was right next to it, and that is going to be Jamal Abdoon's last action of the match, because he's being replaced by Darius Henderson. Two makes away. Henderson comes on. Forest go with two up front. Henderson and Cox now up front. Reid goes wide left. Patterson goes wide right. Lucy and Yara left in the middle of the park. It's 4-4-2, John McGovern.
Well, two strikers is always better than one, so a shrewd move. He brought on Cox, obviously. He's brought on Henderson now, so that's real intent to go for this equaliser.
Got to. 2-1 down at home at the moment. Yeovil to come on Sunday afternoon here at the City Ground. A run of home games for them, including that tough tie against Preston last week as Preston here moves down Ekstrand. That'll be a free kick to Watford by their own byline, and Almunia, no doubt, will take a little while overtaking this latest free kick deep inside his own half of the field. So they're just getting some instructions on to Christian Pasocchio, 21-year-old Argentinian, as Almunia clears and Collins wins a good header against Troy Deeney, brought down by Cox on halfway and turns it backwards on Lehigh. Collins inside his own half. Watford want to make a change fairly soon as Yara and Reid try and work something left-hand side. It's broken up by Ekstrand, who plays it forward towards Troy Deeney once more. Lays it off into midfield, and he's got to be offside. Yes, miles off. Flag goes up. It took a little while for the flag to go up as the assistant referee swapped hands. Swapped the flag from one hand to the other, but he was miles off.
Yeah, he was absolutely miles off. Forest again looking to get this ball forward as quickly as possible, but Watford not too shy about getting back either in numbers when they're threatened. The quick at break-in, and once they've lost the ball, they're back in numbers to make it difficult for Forest.
Well, they've been strong away from home, have Watford. They were beaten at Manchester City a weekend in the Cup, despite being 2-0 up. This long ball forward is straight through to Manuel Almunia. But in terms of league football, they haven't been beaten in 7 league matches away from home. But the last 6 have all been draws. Extraordinary run for Watford. Before that they won a game, and before that they lost a game. But 6 draws in a row away from home in the league. And so clearly they're a fairly difficult side to break down. They've got themselves 2-1 ahead here, and they have the ball halfway inside the Forest half. Far side to left, this is Anya taking on Lehigh and crossing, and easily cleared away at the near post by Lascelles. Brought down by Lucy, who's under pressure from Anya, but manages to smuggle the ball clear. And Reid then sprays down a good first time ball to Harding, who gets his head down and makes tracks to halfway. Stops just inside the Watford half. Swaps passes with Yara, who's encouraging him to get forward again. Tokyo gets back with him and gets the challenge in, but Forest going to throw level with the edge of the Watford penalty area. And Forest getting ready to make another change as this cross comes in back home.
there. One of the Watford defenders has actually tried to kick the ball away. Henderson's got to his head. Almooney has come out to him, but it's gone through his legs to bring Forest back on level terms. Superb Andy Reid and bravery from Henderson.
And now Forest fans reckon that they can go on and win this game, and there's really no reason why they couldn't, to be honest. The way they have set about Watford since really those second half changes. I know they were rocked back by that second goal early in the second half for Watford, but the changes up front have certainly made the difference for Forest. That's the fact that Andy Reid has become more and more influential on the game.
Well, that cross collar was absolutely superb. I'm actually behind it here, and you can see Andy Reid look up and see Henderson, and then to pick him out with such accuracy was absolutely superb with the outside of his left foot.
Forest have it again. They're coming forward with Patterson, and Patterson lays it forward towards Henderson. Now moving around just outside his penalty area to clear it away from the Forest striker. Almunia looks as if he might have hurt himself. He's just put his arm up towards the bench. He's cleared it away out of the touch, and Forest will waste no time in getting over it as well again. Watford made a change while Forest was celebrating their equalising goal, and Marco Cassetti has come on. Ferrari is pushed forward to the right-hand side of midfield as Forest play it back towards halfway and beyond and into their own half of the field.
A little bit of respite for Watford, but Forest began the second half on the front foot, keeping it going.
Down the right-hand side, Forest coming forward again. This is Patterson. Patterson left-footed crossing towards the back post. It'll come outside the penalty area for Harding. So back in a low ball, which is touched by Henderson and wide of the target. Harding actually almost kept the ball in play and prevented from his driving run forward down the left-hand side, keeping him going. It was almost able to keep the effort from Henderson going out for a goal kick. And that wasn't to be the case, so now we're going to have a stoppage because as I thought, after his last action clearing the ball hurriedly away from outside his box, Manuel Almunia is struggling with injury. The Watford physio has gone on. They've only made 2 changes so far, so we could still bring Jonathan Bond on if necessary, but certainly when Almunia put his hand up straight away, you sense that he might realise he had a problem.
Yeah, he had to really stretch to get to that one. Henderson was chasing it down. I don't think there was any real contact from Henderson. It was just an awkward stretch by Almunia to keep the ball clear that's got him this injury, but they get no sympathy from the Forest fans. They want the game to continue. They've just got back on level terms with quite an exciting Watford side in some ways, because when they break they look really dangerous, but they've been literally pummeled by Forest at the start of the second half, and you could say Forest certainly deserve to be back on level terms after being unfortunate to go into half time 1-0 down.
Still working out the Watford substitution, which, as I say, happened while Forest were celebrating their equalising goal. It's Alman Abdi who's gone off, the player who had only just come on. He thought he'd hurt himself on one of those surging runs forward. He didn't last too many minutes. Higby's gone off. And he's been replaced by Marco Cassetti. Ferrari is pushed forward into midfield with Cassetti coming on to the right-hand side defensively for Watford. They have a free kick on the far side of the field. There are 13 minutes to go on Match Night from BBC Radio Nottingham. Tonight on Sideline Sports Extra as well. And it's 2-2 at the City Ground, but Watford are coming forward, and the effort is on the volley from Kudo coming well forward, and it's way over the crossbar from an angle. Never really looked anywhere near endangering Carl Darling.
Yeah, but I don't know where Leaky was in that situation, Colin, because it's been chipped forward into Forest right back position. Patterson's the closest one, trying to get there to close it down as he fires over the crossbar. Leaky was nowhere near his position, so Forest maybe getting carried away a little bit by trying to get everybody forward, but they've got to just remain tight when they've lost the ball.
2-2 it is. The ball is back with Almunia, who seems okay. So much so, in fact, that Watford are poised to make their 3rd substitution, and it's another outfield player who's going to come on. He's going to bring on Diego Fabrini very soon. As Moosey tries to clear and is charged down, but then Lehigh does clear out of his own half. Chested down with appeals for handball from the fans by Gabriel Angela. Referee waves play on. Angela scored both of the Watford goals, but Simon Cox and Darius Henderson, both substitutes for Forest, have got the Reds back into it. 2 apiece it is, and 12 minutes to go at the City Ground. This is Reid sending it forward for Henderson, who lays it off for Simon Cox midway inside the Watford half. Now Reid again finds Yara. Yara forward to Henderson again, who controls. It's knocked away from him by Ekstrand. And then Watford try and build through midfield. Anya exchanging passes with Ferrari, but got challenged by Moosey. And Harding comes across halfway. Just ahead, this time is pretty poor. It goes straight to the Tokyo, and now Watford look to spring on. Here's Anya. Jogging up towards the edge of the Forest penalty area. Forest back off him. Anya rolls it infield now towards the Tokyo. The Tokyo onto his right foot, bought himself a bit of space. There's that touch round the post by Darlow. I thought it was, but the referee has given a goal kick. Driving away to his right. I'm pretty sure that Carl Darlow got fingertips for that to turn it away, and that's what many of the Watford players are seeming to suggest at the moment too. Simon Hooper, Marco Cassetti too strongly because he's been booked for it. And now here comes the change, and Diego Fabrini is going to be brought on by Watford, and he's going to replace Ikechi Anya, and Forest are going to bring on Jamie Mackey as well, and he is going to replace Jamie
Preston getting a really good round of applause, and some of his quick feet in the first half on the openings for Forest. Still made me feel a bit hard done by him to be taken off, but he's had a good run of late, and Mackey's fresh legs, so maybe his extra little bit of strength or power might count.
I guess Ekstrand to win the header, 15 yards inside his own half against Darius Henderson, but Forest pick up the second ball. 10 minutes to go here at the City Ground. It is 2-2 between Forest and Watford. As Lloyd Doyley heads away, but the ball is picked up by Mackey, midway inside the Watford half. Lays it off for Reid. Reid finds the ball into Yara inside the middle of the Watford half, and he turns it right hand side now for Lehigh. Lehigh, little ball inside right channel. This is Mackey trying to turn inside the box, and Almunia slides on it away to his left. He was defended by a challenge anyway, took the sting off it, and Almunia rolls it out short, and this is the Tokyo coming forward across halfway for Watford. Top-heads Andy Reid, the ball to his right, but gives it away. Simon Cox, who gives it back to Reid. Plays a lovely reverse ball back into the path of Cox. Cox couldn't get it under control, though, and Ekstrand smashes it away from him with a sliding challenge. Straight ball again from Reid. Forest still have it wide right. This is Mackey. Mackey attacking the corner of the penalty area. Low ball in. It's just snapped away at the near post, but Reid thinks over across the net.
They did against Watford, coming back from 2-0 down, but this has been a real resurgent Forest in this second half. Even after going 2-0 down, it's been nothing but on the front foot, and Andy Reid, the genius behind it all, absolutely superb cross. Henderson the equaliser, brilliant from the Forest captain. Watford look for an equaliser now as they come forward into the Forest half. His leg back to the edge of the box, and now down towards Lloyd Doyley, who hits one. It's deflected by, I thought Fabrini. Corner's given. Not sure the referee's got that one right either, Simon Hooper. Forest turned to argue, but the shot was from Lloyd Doyley from quite a long way out. He hit it low along the ground, and I'm pretty sure that Diego Fabrini diverted that towards goal, but wide.
corner's given anyway. Then it comes towards the 12-yard spot. Watford bodies who are falling like flies inside the box, and Forest have got it clear. Extra then on halfway, finds the Tokyo, chips it forward once again. Lascelles and Lucy both go off. Forest with it clear, not very far. Here come Watford again, left-hand side. Cross comes in. Lascelles heads away. And Watford will have a throw on that far side of the field. They're left, level with the edge of the Forest box. 7 to go. It has been a thriller of a second half.
Well, it's been an incredible second half. I think Forest unfortunate to be 1-0 down at half-time, then they concede early in the second half. And you think, well, this is going to be a real tough fight, but they've rolled their sleeves up, they've put the lot in, and they've got themselves back in the league.
What they prove, John, is they've got quality.
Well, we've kind of said all season, Colin, that, you know, they've got this little extra bit of character this season. The number of times they've come from being goals down has been significant, and they're showing it again once more tonight.
Watford who have it with extra. Now set forward down the right hand side. This is Cassetti for Watford, level with the edge of the Forest box. This cross is blocked by Dan Harding, and they'll know how to play. They'll throw to Watford. And Cassetti is going to take it. Verona and Roverman throws down the line. Here's Fabrini trying to turn near the byline. Collins gets the challenge in at the expense of the corner. So Watford, 6 minutes to go, slightly less than that, plus stoppage time here at the City Ground. Forest 3 now, Watford 2. 2 goals for Gabriel Angelo, but then the Forest comeback. Murray takes the corner. It's in now, throwing towards the near post, and then Danny Collins has smashed it away. Near post area. And goes out for a throw to Watford. Down the right-hand side once more. Cassetti is the man who's going to take. Throws it into Fabrini. Good challenge by Reed. Thought he'd won the throw as well, but the assistant referee disagreed. Another throw. Cassetti takes down the byline. Reed it is instead. He's challenged as he's clearing it. Jubial then gets a shot from the top of the tee, and that's blocked by Eric Lehigh's challenge. He goes out for a throw on the far side of the field. Watford's left. 10 yards inside the Forest half. Now Watford's turn to try and push for an equalising goal as Forest have got their noses in front. Deeney has it. Into the penalty area now, left wing Watford playing, and it's challenged by Hugh Lucy, but again, the referee is right on the spot this time, and while Watford thought that he got a corner off Lucy, it's a goal kick that's been given.
Yeah, this has been a strange match for Lucy. He's got a little bit of stick from the supporters, but laid on the goal for Cox, and then a great saving tackle there has restored the faith in him from the Forest supporters. It's nice to see that. He's an honest guy, Moosey. That's the one thing you'll say about him. He keeps going. He's kept going just as every other Forest player has, even when there were goals down. And then again, he's winning the ball and getting Forest back possession.
Forest 3, Watford 2. And we have 4 minutes left at the City Ground plus stoppage time. It's Forest who have it inside Watford territory. Bussy plays a rather loose pass and straight to Cassetti. What were you just saying, John? Now Doyle, he's giving it straight back to Bussy.
Yeah, he's got a tappy Reed.
This time lays it off for Reed on halfway. Reed dinks one forward. Chested down by Henderson. Now Mackie has it. No, he doesn't. Just dwells on it for a second. It's Watford who brings it across halfway in the shape of Angelo, who's not very well forward, but now the Forest will back again. Inside their own half. Yara swapping passes with Lascelles. A bit of pressure from Deeney. Now Reed lays it off towards the right-hand side, and this is Lehigh. 3 to go. Forest 3-2 up. The Oval to come on Sunday, remember, 3 o'clock kick-off. And match day with you from 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. Ball is played forward by Harding, good ball. Cox chasing after it, left wing. Ekstrand gets across. It's over on Andy fouled by Cox. It'll be a free kick to Watford, back by their own byline.
It was as good a ball as Harding could have played down the line for Cox, but on the slippery surface it just roared away from him as he was chasing it, and just ended up fouling the Watford player. But means Forest can file back so that everybody's back in the defensive positions.
Cleared away by Almunia from left to right. Over the head of Lucy and Deeney. Cleared away by Lascelles. So solid challenge, but Tokyo scoops it up in the air once more. Digny battling for it again, so too Fabrini. Now Angela, who's been pushed further forward. It is cleared by Forrest only as far as the Tokyo in the middle of the red half. He chips it down the left-hand side. Fabrini controls, but he's shown the door by Eric Lehigh, and Lehigh always fouled him again, says the referee. Free kick Watford, left wing position, about 12 yards from the byline and 3 or 4 yards outside the penalty area. Watford's left wing, Forrest Whiteside defensively. Reed is given the man of the match award. Absolutely right. Forrest leading 3-2, but defending to do here from this left wing free kick for Watford. Right underneath it. Goal kick, Forrest will take that all day long.
That's a bonus. Total miss kick there. Watford's delivery's been pretty good at times, but that's a horror. Real horror of an attempt there by Ekstrand, was it, that put that one on Sean Murray? I think. Oh, Murray, was it?
Yeah. He was just trying to get some stick on it or something. Just hit the ball wrong.
Total miss kick.
Just a minute to go. Lost stoppage time here at the City Ground. Billy Davis out at the edge of his technical area, tattling some instructions on with his body language, just trying to raise the side for one last effort here as Forrest leading by 3 goals to 2. Henderson battling with Ekstrand. Henderson's beaten Ekstrand in the challenge, and Henderson's won the free kick. And Reed is going to take it 10 yards inside the Watford half to the left of centre. This time, for once, Forrest are not in a hurry to get plenty of bodies forward up towards the edge of the penalty area. All the defenders have stayed back as they lead 3-2. Reed curls over the free kick, headed away to the edge of the box, and then Murray clips it forward towards Fabrini. He's given it away. Yara threads one through for Henderson onside. Henderson finds goal!
From Yara into Henderson, gives him a chance. He guides it to his fellow striker. 2 strikers up front, amazing. One to the other, goal. Match over, 3 points. What a good night.
Didn't seem that way, did it? 2 minutes into the second half. Angela has a free header to put Watford 2-0 ahead. It did not feel as if it was going to be the night when 18,500 people were celebrating a 4-2 win. Here's Beanie trying one from 25 yards. Touched over by Carl Darlow, and Watford will have themselves a corner kick. Maybe they're not finished yet. We've only played 1 of the 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's almost a lazy effort from Beanie. Almost said, well, we can try this and see what happens. Really scored a spectacular goal.
So Darlow had no option to touch that one over. Strikes the crossbar, comes back into play. He's been on the ground.
It's Murray with the corner, too close to Darlow. Down in the air, unchallenged, 6 yards out. And Forrest ought to have done it now. 4-2 they lead. What a turnaround in the second half. Reed has set up 2. Yara has tried to set up 2. He didn't have the final touch in either of his 2 assists, but they were both very, very good balls from Yara. The other 2 now assists from Andy Reed. And now Henderson has got himself another free kick. And I fancy Reed will fancy a track here. He's 30 plus yards out, just to the left of centre. 2 minutes into stoppage time. 4-2 up. Quite well. Everything else he's hit's got right in the second half.
I thought he might play to somebody in the corner flag just to waste the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
How boring. How boring. Very professional, but boring.
Professional again, isn't it?
Yeah, too boring. No, he just crossed it and then Henderson let another one in.
It's going to be a cross from Andy Reid towards the back post. It's just over the head of Henderson. Behind by Marco Sassetti with a suspicion of handball, actually. But Forrest will have a corner. Reed jogs across to take it.
There's one thing, Colin, you know, the substitutes. what a difference they've made. If you take Mackey and you take Henderson and you take Cox, they've all got goals between them. Yeah, and obviously the contribution. Henderson, has really unsettled the Watford defence since he's gone on physically, and that's been another factor as to why Forest have got themselves well into the lead.
Take a short corner, Reed to Mackey. Mackey holds on to it under pressure from two defenders, and there's going to be a goal kick, but there are only 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. I should tell you that the aftermath of Forest's goal celebration, which perhaps went on a little bit too long for referee Simon Hooper's liking, Simon Cox got a booking, which is his 6th of the campaign. Here's Tokyo for Watford. Laid off by Ferrowny, good run forward by Doyle. He comes back to Ferrowny inside the penalty area, and his shot is very tame, side foot straight at Darlow. Get through rather easily once again.
Just a little pass. Was actually helped on by Doyle. And he shot at the near post, but Darlow, as usual, perfect position there just to pick that one up.
Outside by Cox towards Henderson, who tries to head it back towards Simon Cox, but Ekstrand is in the way. Sends a long ball forward aimed at Deeney, headed away by Lascelles, brought down by Reed. And Reed switched back beautifully with Yara. And now Reed looks back and thinks Cox in all sorts of space left hand side. Towards the edge of the penalty area, Simon Cox on a hat-trick dribble to the side, and Almunia touches it over the crossbar. Great hit by Simon Cox, right footed to the edge of the penalty area. Forest have themselves another corner kick. Simon Cox almost had himself a second half hat-trick as a substitute. Almunia saves, and it remains 4-2 to Forest.
Yeah, there wasn't a great deal of effort to close Cox down as he kicked in from the left-hand side of the Watford penalty area. Outside of his right foot, went past one, went past two, hit it with all the power he could. Unfortunately for Almunia, it was close enough for him to touch over the bar.
5th minute of stoppage time, and the corner taken short by Forest, and Henderson now lays it back all the way along the right touchline for Lehigh back near the halfway line as Forest try and play keep ball to see out these final few seconds. But that's a great ball from Henderson to Moosey, and Moosey now has found Harding in space down the left-hand side, midway inside the Watford half. Harding delivers the cross, back close to the stretch. Henderson, I think he was going for goal. He's actually ended up putting it across the 6-yard box, and Watford are able to clear it. Moosey trying to win it back left wing. Watford have enough bodies to get the ball clear, and Fabrini has an outlet down the left-hand side. And here's 2-0 just inside the Forest half. So we've played now 5.5 minutes of stoppage time. Still no sign of a final whistle yet from the referee Simon Hooper. Forest lead it by 4 goals to 2. But Tokyo sends it left side. There is the whistle. What a comeback from Forest, who are now 12 games unbeaten, and in the second half showed that they can be a real force to be reckoned with in the Championship this season. 2-0 down early in the second half, thanks to 2 goals from Gabriel Ancella, far from vintage in the first half. But the second half, a different kettle of fish entirely. A half-time change since Simon Cox come on for Greg Halford, and Cox scores 13 minutes into the second half to reduce the arrears to 2-1. On 69 minutes, Darius Henderson comes on, and 2 minutes later scores from Andy Reid's cross and a back post header to level things at 2-2. On 79 minutes, Jamie Mackey comes off the bench, and it only takes him 2 minutes to head in a cross from Andy Reid to put Forest 3-2 ahead. And then on 90 minutes, Simon Cox gets his second and smashes in Forest's 4th goal to win 4-2. 4 goals for substitutes, 4 second half goals, and Forest from 2-0 down win the game by 4 goals to 2. And that 45 minutes, John McGovern, is a fine example of how to continue and maintain a challenge at the top of the Championship.
Yeah, sides that have got a little bit of character and sides that have got a lot of belief to come back from being goals down. And Nottingham Forest in the second half of this match against Watford, when they went 2-0 down early in the second half, showed every bit of character and belief that you could imagine a side would have. They scored 4 goals in reply to Watford's 2 and made it a real convincing win. And following that up with another game against Yeovil on Sunday, this could be a very fruitful week for Nottingham Forest.